Hello everyone, welcome to today's mission, which will lead us into a real-time strategy game with Sally. Snake damn it, Sally. Every damn time I'm trying to play something and he found a new game. He says it's only $2 on some game site he uses, so I've now got Steel Division Normandy 44. Sally is currently still busy, so we're just gonna sit here and wait a little. I'm a bit late anyways today. Very sorry for that. Wanted to make up for yesterday. First thing I do is being late. Sorry for that. I'm gonna hop into a channel so Sally can actually find me. In my channel. There we go. Now we only need Sally to join. How is everyone doing? I hope you guys are doing wonderful. Yeah, having a wonderful start into your week. My week's not so good. My start wasn't too good, considering yesterday I did not stream in hopes of my car getting repaired, but the guy did not have time in the end, so I waited all this time for nothing. He will repair it tomorrow. So today I got the cash money I needed to buy the part. And tomorrow he's finally going to repair my car. So I also had to move the inspection behind, so it's probably gonna cost a little bit extra. Because they gave me everything's empty and fine deal for this week. Guess that's now gone. It's not a good week. It's not a good week. I hope your week is way better. Big warm hugs to all of you. Oh, hi there!
Hello!
Big warm hug to you too.
And a big warm hug to chat. How is things? Did you get the game working?
The game's running. How good it's running, I don't
Good.
know, because I didn't want to hop into boot camp and then be stuck in there while we want to play.
Okay, cool. I get to teach you. Excellent.
Yes. Teach me, master.
Hang on. I need to send a message off. I may need to ditch you to do work because I'm meant to be working all night tonight, so I'm just gonna have to work like midnight till 3 a.m. to make up the time. But I wanted to play anyway, so it's fine. Give me one moment to send a message though.
You're so boopable. Oh, Frazzles, you're dying inside, but hi. Oh. Big warm hugs to Frazzles too. You can do it. We are just kind of stuck in a little bit of limbo right now, aren't we?
So, did you look into some of the features behind this game?
No. I just installed it, then I was stuck in traffic, and then I got home and restarted my computer, and I was already late starting stream, so here we are.
Right, there's one thing that's really annoying that you might want to turn off. What is it? I can't remember what it's called. They might have turned it off by default, but it was turned on by default when I first played this game, and I hated it. Is it render reduction? Reduces main render size while keeping a high res... No. That's the thing where you zoomed out and it made all the units bigger. And that annoyed the living shit out of me. Unit scaling. Hang on.
Where is that?
No.
Interface. Unit scaling, I found it.
No.
None.
Don't.
I can't hear you. You're breaking up.
Sorry.
So I said unit scaling to none. That's right?
I think so? It's been a while since I played this game, so we'll find out, I'm sure.
We'll find out. I also enabled automatic fire on enemy supplies.
Yeah, go for that. I mean, that's optional because you can capture enemy supplies, and that's kind of important.
Oh.
This game works very differently to other RTS games. This is not
Then
a
I'm
base
gonna
builder game. They are actually, it's
disable it
actually
again.
quite a unique series, this and Wargame, and another game coming out shortly called Warning Order, which are a lot more realistic, and they try to be, and it is actually quite an interesting formula that they've created. So what we're going to need to do first is we're going to need to make you a battle group, because that is what you go into this game with. You don't get to build anything, you get specifically the stuff that you grab in your battle group. So if you go to back, once you've sorted...
I'm in menu.
Yeah, just go to back and then go to battle groups.
Battle groups.
Actually, do
New
you want to share
content.
your stream on Discord so I can actually see you without the stream delay?
Oh, that might be useful. I hope
So I
my
can
resources
explain-
will survive it though.
Oh no.
It popped out my screen and now I don't know how to do that on a tiny screen. This should do it. Okay, when I click share screen, it just opens my big screen. That's nice.
Oh no. Because you don't think you start. No, you don't start with any. We have to talk you through creating one, and this is going to get interesting because this is actually quite important. Right.
Sharing screen.
Let me watch your stream. There we go. Watching your stream twice. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, so battle groups in this game are like a deck in a card game. Have you ever played anything, or do you know about things like Hearthstone, that kind of game?
I did play some Hearthstone.
So it's a little bit similar. Battle groups are like building a deck before the game, but you're not going to use everything that you have from that deck. So we're going to create allied decks tonight because I have almost all my decks on allied. So you click create. It's called a deck in War Game, which is why I keep calling it a deck. And then just name the battle group something. Sure. And then click create. Okay, so in this game, you play a battle group, about a battalion strength unit from a division. And you have a bunch of divisions to choose from. Now, if you go to filters at the top left, and then turn off breakthrough, cool. This gives you all of the options that you have. So you've got a fair few American ones there. So you've got 3rd Armoured, you've got the 101st Airborne, 2nd Infantry, and then if you scroll down, there's a Free French division. There's a few British ones. And then there's a Canadian one, there's a Polish one, and another American one at the bottom. So they're basically split. I think the ones that you get without any DLC, you've got Armoured, Motorized, Infantry, and Airborne. And they kind of work in different ways. So it probably is best to just start you off on whatever the hell you feel like. Do you want to do British, American, Polish, or Canadian for a start? Or French? I assume you don't want to do French, because you're you.
I'd say I'm going to go British.
Okay, cool. So you've got 3 options for British on this one. Each of them are taken from divisions that are actually fighting in Normandy. So you have the Guards Armoured Division, which is if you want to spam a lot of tanks. You have the 6th Airborne Division, which is if you want to have a lot of elite infantry, and then you have the 15th 15th Infantry Division Scottish, which are interesting because they're an infantry division, but their infantry is meh, absolutely kind of just bog standard average, shit at everything. But they get some really cool tools to bully other people's infantry. They get Churchill Crocodiles, which are massive heavily armoured tanks with flamethrowers on them. They get Churchill AVREs, which is, you remember the 250mm mortars you get in Foxhole? Put that on the front of a tank. They are absolutely hilarious at bullying infantry, even though their own infantry kind of sucks. So they play in a very interesting way, and actually, as I remember, one of my favourite divisions to play in this game. So, what do you want to do? Tanks, Airborne, or Infantry? Bullying, right, okay, so select 15th Infantry, and then click Select. Okay, so the game is split into 3 phases per battle. You have a Combat Recon phase, a Skirmish phase, and a Battle phase. In Combat Recon, you have your lowest kind of income, because the income still kind of works like an RTS, you get resources, and with them you buy units. Apart from your income is fixed depending on what stage of the battle you're in, so as you can see at the top there, you have 85, 120, 125. So as the game goes on, in Combat Recon, you'll be getting 85 points per minute, and then 120 in Skirmish, that goes after about 10 minutes time, and after about another 10 minutes, it's going to go up to 125. That changes depending on what division you're playing. Some are stronger in the early game, some are stronger in the late game. The 15th Infantry is kind of a bit of a mid-game powerhouse. They want to make the main push after the first 10 minutes, but before the enemy starts getting the heavy stuff in after the 20-minute mark. You want to be kind of in the end game by the 20-minute mark with the 15th Infantry. And then we need to choose which units we're going to be able to call in. So we're going to start with Recon, because it's important to have at least a couple. So if you click on one of the boxes at the top of the Recon, these are the units you have available. So you can see that on each of the cards, you've got an A, a B, or if you scroll down a bit, you've got a C. That's the time you can call them in. So the longer the game goes on, the better and more numerous your units are that you can call in. So if you scroll up a bit again, so we look at the A and B, you see you have Recce on phase A there, which has got 1 star at the top, so that's 1 mode of veterancy. And if you have them on phase A, then you get 4 of them in your slot. And if you have them on phase B, you get 5 of them in that slot. So and they're cheaper. So you'd have to wait a little bit longer, but you'd get more of them. So you kind of have to build your deck about, right, what am I going to use during the early game, what am I going to use during the mid game, and what do I want to bring in the late game. You have 40 choices, so you can go you can get quite a lot of stuff with the 15th Infantry. Different divisions have different numbers of choices. I think, for example, Guards Armor has 36. 40 is quite high. But it kind of allows you to build up the force that you want. So for this, I'll run you through everything you've got. So you've got Recce and Scouts, kind of the same thing. Scout Infantry, they have a vehicle that will carry them to combat, and they will sit in a bush and look for people. It is sort of their job. Also in the Recon, you have the Daimler Armoured Car, which is a small armoured car. It won't stand up to any kind of tank. It will die to anything that sneezes on it. Its gun is piddly, but it is a little bit more survivable than the infantry if it gets shot at by anything armoured. And it's an armoured car, it can run away. I think that's all the Scottish get. So scroll down a bit, let's have a look at what else they get in Recon. Scroll down. Oh, you also get the Daimler with a little John Adapter, which is also a Daimler, but with a slightly less piddly gun. And I use the term slightly less piddly, probably inaccurately, because it's still shit. But you see along the top, you've got your different things. So you've got Recon, Infantry, Tank, Support, Anti-Tank, Anti-Air, along the top bar.
It's adorable.
Yeah? It is quite cute.
It's like a tank in smart form, and I have a smart, so this would be the perfect tank for me.
Oh, if you click on the unit, you can see in like 3D. Although, of course, same graphics.
Sorry,
It's
but it is like a smart tank.
It is a smart tank. But
I love it.
if you look along the top, you've got your different tabs for the units. So you see Recon, Infantry, Tank. So if you click on Infantry, for example, again, you have a bunch more slots here because you're an infantry division, and you have all of these different units that you can take there. So you have your riflemen, your brain gun groups, which are kind of more support fire, your heavy machine gun teams, and your leaders. So the leaders kind of give an aura around them. So you kind of want to get a balanced mix of maneuver and firepower, especially with infantry divisions, because their job is kind of to take and hold urban areas. They are wanting to get in there close. So they need a lot of troops, especially with the 15th. You need a lot of troops to die while you wipe stuff out with bully tanks. So in this case, yeah, you have your rifles, which are your general standard infantry. You have brain gun groups, which have got just a little bit more firepower, but will survive slightly less long. Vickers machine gun groups, which will do quite a lot. Like they're just a heavy machine gun. It is literally what they do, and the rifle leaders buff everyone around them. All of these units pretty much come with trucks. The trucks work like taxis. So when you first call them in, because you call all the units in your deck in from off of the map, the truck will carry them to where you called them in, and then will leave the infantry squad there, and then the truck fucks off. The truck doesn't stay around. You can't get them back into the truck after you've deployed them, because the truck is unarmored and just wants to get away as fast as possible. He doesn't care. So if we look at the tanks,
should I start choosing them one by one as well?
no, let's run through everything rapidly, and then we can see the honey.
Oh, it's another smart tank.
It is another smart tank.
There's two guns. Someone can
We're gonna
stand up there?
Yeah, in theory. We're going to go through a lot of history tonight. So the honey is what the Americans call a Stuart. When they first started getting sent over to British troops before America joined the war, the British troops named them as honeys. At the time, America wasn't actually naming any of its tanks. They just called them M3 lights or something like that. And the British decided, now that's a shit name, we're going to call it a honey. And later on, the British started naming American tanks after American Civil War generals, so the Sherman and the Lee, and then the Americans, I think, called it the Grant, and then retroactively the Americans started calling the honey a Stuart, but it's better known as a Stuart. So you've got those. They're very light tanks. They're very fast, and you can get them quite early on in the game. They are your kind of early game tanks. The other things you have by the ton are Churchills. They are, relatively speaking, for an allied tank, quite heavily armoured. Gun's not great, kind of slow, but will bounce quite a lot of anti-tank fire as long as you don't rely on it too much, especially the Churchill 7s.
It looks upside down.
How so?
It looks like when you...
Top.
Yeah, but it looks like when you take a tank, and you don't put the turret on, and you flip the tank upside down, and then you put the turret on.
But it's a reasonably good... It was designed as an infantry tank. It's reasonable at that job. It will support your infantry, it will stay alive for quite some time. It will do an okay job at zoning out mid-range enemy armour. Especially the Churchill 7s. They've got pretty good gun on them.
The model reminds me of what the Collies had in En Masse when I started playing. They always had these crappy mass production tanks at the end of every war when I started playing.
Yeah.
And they were a similar model. Well, for someone that doesn't understand anything.
Yeah. Something interesting about Churchills. Every single one of them that was used in the Second World War was built in a car factory in my town, in the town I live. The Vauxhall car and van plant. When I was born, I lived about 200 meters from it.
Bardiche? Why Bardiche?
Because it looks a little bit like a Bardiche, though it doesn't have the slope front. Right, the other things that you have, apart from a massive number of Churchills, is you can call in a few Shermans towards the end. I'm pretty sure you know what a Sherman is, surely.
I like the Shermans, actually.
Yeah, they are... They're good at everything. They're reasonably fast, they're reasonably good gun, they're reasonably well armoured. They're just average all round. And the Challenger is the other thing you can get. Challenger is fast, it has fuck all in the way of armour, but it has a great big fuck off gun. That gun,
surely,
maybe not so much in this gun, but in this game, but in real life, that gun would go through anything that hit the battlefield in reality in the Second World War.
I'm pretty sure I saw it in a few movies, and it was always the one that destroyed the houses when it shot through.
I don't remember. It's not so much for destroying houses, it was more built for destroying any tank that was rolling. It is...
Yeah, the movies that I watched were usually some historic, everything gets destroyed kind of thing.
Yeah. This one specifically is for... It's a tank destroyer. It's in the tank category, it's a tank destroyer. It's not meant to get into a stand-up fight, but if it can ambush an enemy tank, it will knock out basically anything in the game. It will knock out King Tigers, it will knock out Panthers, it will knock out Tiger tanks without any real trouble. It is one of the answers to that kind of problem.
There was the one that said Bardiche, and he says it's a tank name from from Foxhole.
Yeah.
Might be the one. So if that's
Bardiches are the very heavy ones. I think the one you're thinking about is a Falchion, but I might be wrong.
Yeah, I think it's a Falchion. Cool Cat should still know it. Cool Cat always knew stuff.
If you go over to support, this is where the 15th gets its fun stuff.
This is my home.
So Dingo is kind of meh. It's a little like command vehicle.
I mean, you hear that in the name.
It's absolutely adorable, quite frankly. Bedford Supply is boring. That's just a truck that will resupply your stuff with ammo. You do need to keep an eye on this. Ammo is limited in this game. The only way to get more of it is to resupply.
I was like, he's sitting wrong, but then I was like, yeah, British.
Coming to the continent, we're not changing a thing. Right, Churchill 5 is okay, you can get it quite early on, and you can get more of them. But if you go down one more to the AVRE... Let's go around to the... You can see the front of the turret. Yeah, it's fucking massive. That thing will one-hit any building it shoots at, including concrete bunkers, or wipe out infantry squads without giving a shit. It can't do anything to tanks. It's useless against tanks. It absolutely bullies infantry. It's bloody hilarious.
It just looks boopable. I mean, look at that tiny little stub.
That 250mm tiny little stub.
It's boop. When it boops back, you're dead, but boop.
Right, below that, you have the Churchill Crocodile. That is essentially... No, the downwards.
That one. You said Churchill, so I was like... Eh. but that
Yeah,
one's
yeah, yeah. You get a
crocodile.
lot of Churchills in this, but it is built on a Churchill.
I just love that we have tanks in support, but yeah. Oh, looky!
These
It
are
has an extra!
Yes, it has a flamethrower, and that thing on the back is full of fuel for the flamethrower. This
But
is a
if
rolling
someone
war
hits that
crime.
thing...
Oh, it's on the back. Even if it catches fire, there's a quick release.
Yeah, but
That's
what if
why it's
someone
out there.
hits that thing with... I don't know. Wouldn't it be a tactic for another tank to shoot that thing instead of at the tank?
It's flamethrower fuel. It probably won't ignite, and even if it does, there is a quick release. So the point is, even if that caught fire, you just drive off without it. That's why it's outside the tank. Your tank doesn't catch fire, that thing catches fire. And a Churchill Crocodile, it's got its whole machine gun replaced with a flamethrower. Everything else is the same as a Churchill, so it's still got the same main gun, it's still got the same turret-mounted machine gun. So if it ran out of flamethrower fuel, it could just ditch the thing behind it and just fight as a Churchill. It doesn't care.
Oh, it has two!
These things are rolling war crimes, as I say. They were absolutely horrific. The crews got so sick and tired of using them during Normandy that it became a relatively normal tactic to drive up to an enemy position and just spray it with the fuel without igniting it, because pretty much instantaneously anyone who was in that position would just surrender, because no one wants to burn to death.
Yeah.
And so the crews would be like, I don't really want to burn anyone to death, and the defenders would be like, I don't really want to burn to death. So if they got sprayed with fuel, they'd pretty much be like, yeah, nah, fuck it, I'm done.
Yeah, I can imagine that you need a lot of rage to drive this thing. A lot of rage.
Again, the crews usually didn't. People don't like killing each other in war. In World War II, only about 10% of bullets were actually aimed to kill. So usually they weren't used. In this game they were, but it's being used on like pixel men, so it doesn't really matter.
Cream Puff. Thank you.
Absolute rolling war crime. Going on to the anti-tank section, because you've just got more Bedford supply trucks there. You've got the Piat, which is the British version of a Panzerfaust to Panzerschrecker bazooka.
Why are they all so adorable? Look at that one. Aww.
The Piat itself is the infantry squad next to it. The thing there is a universal carrier. The British made a ridiculous number of those during World War II.
That's a driving office, isn't it?
It kinda. It's like a Jeep, but with tracks. It's the same thing, but they were very good at what they did, which was just move people around.
Surely.
So you've also got your anti-tank guns here. So if you don't have a tank for the situation, which often you won't, as an infantry division, you have your anti-tank guns. The 6-pounder will go through everything up to about Panzer IV. So all of the early to mid-war tanks, the 6-pounder will deal with pretty reliably. And then when the enemy starts coming at you with Panthers or Tigers or King Tigers or anything else, you switch over to the 17-pounder, which is its bigger brother. Can't get 17-pounders in Phase A. They're too fuking big. Story about the 17-pounder.
Sorry, that might be completely stupid, but in Foxhole we have that bar in the center of the gun and not here two on the sides.
Yeah, in reality they were always on the sides. I don't know why they put it in the middle of Foxhole, it's a bit strange, but I think it's so that...
Medic
because
taxi.
that, and also when they transported those two things on the side are on, like, what do we call it, like a hinge. So they go together when they limber them up on something. I don't think they wanted to have to go through the effort of doing that on Foxhole, so they just made them together from the start. But yeah, this is your basic anti-tank gun for the British, and then the 17-pounder is your heavy anti-tank gun. That thing is like the smelter in Foxhole. It is absolutely just... it will punish any tank that comes into range of it. Same thing that the Challenger has in the turret. Scrolling down, you have the Wolverine, which again it's just an excuse to put a 17-pounder on tracks. Armor is shit, mobility is okay. It has a 17-pounder in the turret. It is just a 17-pounder on tracks. It's not really a tank. Don't try to use it as a tank; it will die. And then I think that's basically it for anti-tank. More 17-pounders.
But I stopped you from telling history.
Oh, the history thing. So this was actually a thing on the 17-pounder anti-tank gun. There is a note in the manual. The thing about this gun is it was built in a rush, because Germany was building heavier and heavier tanks, and the 6-pounder was the standard British anti-tank gun at the time, 57mm. It had been okay during the early and mid-war, but as the Tiger started hitting the battlefield, as the Panther starts hitting the battlefield, it's too small. It just is. So they build the 17-pounder in a bit of a rush. And ironically, the first 17-pounders get to the front line in North Africa at the same time as the first Tiger tanks. And the 17 pounder has been built in such a rush that it is an overpowered beast of a machine, to the point where in the Sherman Firefly manual, which was built to carry a 17 pounder, there is an instruction never to fire next to the same bush twice, because the first time you fire the gun, the muzzle flash, doesn't matter if the bush is behind you, next to you, or in front of you, the muzzle flash will dry the bush out and kill it, and the second time around you will start a forest fire. Because the muzzle flash on the Sherman Firefly, at least, was so powerful that it would reach all the way around the turret and meet behind the turret. And you can see the length of that fucking gun. It was just, how powerful can we make a 76mm shell? Like, you look at the 76mm the Americans are firing, and the 76mm that's coming out of that, because they're the same, well, 0.2mm difference in, like, the diameter, but the length of the shell is almost twice as long. Just the projectile behind it makes it go ridiculously fast.
We don't have time for testing, just make it more powerful and send it off.
Yeah, basically. Essentially, yes. We are standing alone against a force that now controls all of Europe. The fuck? Right, anti-air, kind of required, not very entertaining. You have little armoured cars that have shitty anti-air. Really, you only want the Polstons or the Bofors. They're just little anti-air guns. They're not very exciting, but you do need to take a couple of them. Crusader AAs are interesting because they can fire on enemy light vehicles as well. But these just tend to just drive to a position and set up, and they're pretty good. They're bog standard. They'll do the job. They'll zone out enemy aircraft, and that's all you really need them to do. You go to artillery, because there's nothing interesting to talk about. Anti-aircraft.
Let me just look at all of them.
Cool. Apart from me and my dad and my uncle on Saturday trying to remember where we'd heard the name Polston gun from before, which is something I've just remembered. My dad just got out of hospital on last week. First time I managed to get over to see him because he lives in another city and I had to drive. Was on Saturday. My uncle turned up at about the same time, and we just all three of us standing in the living room as he used my dad's crutch as a machine gun, going, "Ha, look, it's a Polston gun. Wait, where have I heard of a Polston gun? This is my uncle who's like 50 something." Absolute nut job.
Yes, Rocco. Tonks.
Yes, Rocco. Tonks. Right, are we in artillery now?
Mm-hmm.
We are. Okay, so, you got the 2-inch carrier, which is a 2-inch mortar on the back of one of those universal carriers. As I said, the British have made a ridiculous number of them and just use them for fucking everything.
I can see that.
Something like in Foxhole.
Yeah, we do.
Because they're just so useless.
You could put a kitchen in there. You could just give me one of these. It's tiny enough that I should be able to drive it. I put a kitchen there and a first aid shelf, and I'll just drive around up and down giving snacks.
They were used for Kazovac. They were used to tow field kitchens. Something like 5 million or something of them were made. It's just stupid the numbers they churn these things out in. And it's just a Jeep but with tracks. It's a Jeep but better. So you've got that. You've also got mortar crews that you can get, so that's not so mobile, but you get more of them. The 25 pounder is the main British artillery piece for this era. So that is the third one down, and that is... It's interesting because where everyone else was trying to build a bigger and bigger gun, the 25 pounder isn't that large. It's only an 88mm, and you know, at this time America was rocking 150mm and Germany was rocking 120mm. But the thing about the 25 pounder is it could fire about 4 times for every 1 time those things were firing. So for size of each shell, not so great. For the amount of explosive you were dropping on an area, pretty solid. It was more smaller shells. The 25 pounder again is it's reasonable. It does the job. It's not the world's greatest artillery, but it's the artillery you have. You've also got the Churchill observation post there, which is an interesting machine. I think this one is calling in naval gun support. So, because we're in Normandy, this is just after D-Day, we have the entire assembled Allied Navy off the coast. So if you want to call in battleship guns, that's what the observation post Churchill does. Off-map artillery comes and flattens whatever the fuck you didn't like, particularly that day. You've also got the priest there, which is a 25 pound.
Why is this an observation?
They decided, hey, you know that guy who's calling in artillery? Let's put him in a tank.
So that the artillery can't hit him if he calls wrong?
Also, so that if the enemy notice he's calling in artillery, he's in a tank.
True. Let's go to the very strangely named priest.
So yeah, you have the priest, you have the sexton, you have the British, the bishop. Almost all of the British self-propelled guns in World War II were named after church positions. It's basically a 25-pounder on a tank chassis.
Why church positions?
I don't know! Okay, we were running out of names. Sorry we don't have the Panzerkampfwagen, which is how most German naming conventions go.
Ah ja, der Schiffskapitäns Kajütenschlüssel.
I have no idea what you just said, but I'll believe
That's
it.
exactly it. It's one, that was just part of it, but there's a joke about the longest word ever, and it just doesn't make sense. But it's one word.
Yeah, and Germany does that and just puts everything into one word. And
Yes, we like just putting everything together.
What the fuck are you on about, and why are you angry?
Oh yeah, they ran out of presidents, so they took the church positions. Says Cream Puff Deluxe.
The president's one was just renaming the American tanks because they named them shitly. We've been over this. So you've got priests, you've got some slightly larger mortars, you've got Bren gun carriers calling in artillery strikes as well. So that works the same as the observation post. It doesn't actually have the artillery piece with it, but someone decided, you know what, this church was a bit too slow. Let's put our spotter in something faster, because churches are fucking slow. And that is it for your artillery. Now your artillery on this division is okay, nothing to scream about, but you want some. It's pretty good. Finally, we have aircraft, because you can call it aircraft in this game. And you have some of the, well, I mean, the RAF was doing pretty fucking solidly at this point. You've got recon planes, that's what this is for. It's incredibly slow, it's incredibly vulnerable, but it spots large areas of the map for you. If it survives for more than 5 seconds, it spots large areas of the map for you. I don't tend to use them, but I tell a lie, I tend to use the more advanced ones, but these little ones, not so much. But I have seen people use them effectively because people don't want to risk a fighter to shoot them down. And what people will do is set up anti-air defenses and then fly one of these over the top of them to try and draw the enemy into sending an expensive fighter after it. And then the fighter will just get shot down by the anti-air defenses. Which is absolutely mean, but that's mainly in multiplayer maps. The AI tends to not be that easy to trick. So you've
Plus
got
you have to have experience.
You have Spitfire Mark 9s, so you've got either fighter variant or bomber variant. Again, it's just a very good fighter. It's just good. You know, it's a match for anything else it's facing. It's a match for a Mustang. It's a match for a Messerschmitt. Better in some ways, worse in some ways, but it's definitely up there. You've got the Typhoon, which is a ground attack plane, very much dedicated to that role. Did a lot of damage in the Second World War, and that's about it. You just got a variety of Spitfire or Typhoon. As you can see in the top left, you've got like little bombs, so you've got rockets, so you've got a little target symbol. The target symbol means it's a fighter, so it's going to engage enemy aircraft, or you want to use it to engage enemy aircraft. Bombs means it's going to drop bombs, rocket means it's going to fire rockets. They've also got cannons and machine guns, most of them, so if you call in your bomber Spitfires to engage enemy fighters, they'll try to, but the ones that are actual interceptors, the ones who've actually got the little gun sight thing on them, they'll do a better job at it. So, you know, multi-role bombers. Your aircraft on this deck aren't that great. Typhoon's good at killing tanks. You kind of want at least one to go after enemy armor. Spitfires are great at zoning out enemy aircraft, but you don't have anything that's incredible. More, it's just supportive. Really, on this stuff, we're going to want a load of recon, a load of infantry, a load of tank, and a load of support to bully enemies. And then anti-tank, anti-air, artillery, air, just fill in with what's left because you have a stupid number of activation points. Right, shall we go through what I recommend on this, and I'll tell you what my deck
One
is.
moment. Rockamaster says the US had a heavy tank called the Cobra's Neck.
Is
that true?
It might have been post-World War II. I'm not had the Cobra. Oh, okay. Oh, right, okay. No, I do know this one. I just hadn't heard it being called a King Cobra. I don't think it was actually used. I think it's more of just a design. Because it's a Sherman upgrade. A3-2.
Okay.
I don't think it was ever deployed in battle. It was just a concept. Well, maybe it was very late war.
Anyway, I gotta set my...
Shall we
Team
set
up.
up a deck?
Mm-hmm.
It was used in Bastogne. Ah, there we go. Yes, late war. So, for my deck, for Scots, I have 4 times scouts on A bracket. So, A scouts times 4.
Mm.
So if you just double click on the unit, double click on the card. There you go. And then Recce times 5 in B bracket.
Oh wait, I have you added too many?
Hang on.
I
Yeah, you've added too many there. So if you click on one of the ones that's actually on the bar. No, you're adding too many. You click on one of the ones that's actually on the bar and just drag it off. So one of the ones that's on the top.
So 1 scout and 1 recce.
Yeah, one scout in A bracket, 1 recce in B bracket. Don't need too much. Right, so on infantry, we need a lot of infantry because it's going to die.
I still have 2 slots. Should I leave them empty?
Don't need no, just leave those because you've got 2 slots maximum in recon, but you don't have to use all of them. You've only got 40 slots that you can use in total, and you've got more than 40 in total across the whole thing. So you have to make choices here and there. So in infantry, we're going to fill up the whole thing. So A bracket rifles times 6 and A bracket rifles times 4. And you see on the times 4 it's got a little star on it. That means it's a veteran. Let me know when you've done those 2. A bracket Vickers HMG times 4. A bracket rifle leader times 3. B bracket assault pioneers times 8. B bracket rifles times 9. B bracket rifles times 6 with star. B bracket rifle leader times 3. And then C bracket rifles times 9 with star.
No vicar? I mean, we do have one, but...
I mean, if you want to. We've only got 1 more slot on infantry, though. You can change it up a
Rifles
bit if you want
times 9, you say?
Yeah, I take the rifles times 9 because I like to have a lot of infantry options.
I like the vicars, but maybe I'll not like them in-game. We'll see.
Again, they tend to take a lot of casualties, so I want to have a lot of spare. So go to tank. Yep, that's infantry filled up. So on tanks, you want A bracket honeys times 3. And then B bracket Churchill 6s, so VI times 4. Yep. No? Maybe?
VI times 4. Threshold.
Yeah, you get it?
B bracket. Yeah. You
cool.
should be able
Sorry,
to see my shared screen.
I have to look at my screen because I'm reading out what I've got.
Okay. Sorry.
Just say yes when you've got stuff. Right, so then you want the CMD Churchill 7 for B bracket. That's a command Churchill, so it buffs every other unit around it. And then on C bracket Sherman 2s times 5, and then C bracket Challenger times 2.
Got it.
So that's, you don't have much in the way of tanks there. They'll do okay, but we're going to be relying on anti-tank guns and infantry to do a lot of the work. On support...
Bunga bunga style, what?
Okay, what? You're going to want 2 dingoes on A bracket, because they are kind of useful to just drop with your units as a command unit to buff them. And they're good at running away. And they're really cheap.
One moment, my chat. When World War II broke out, the US legit had to like redesign the army and stuff, so of course some dude was like, we use rock to fight tank. And Fuzzle's like, unga bunga style.
I've heard of the anti-tank rock. We've had some interesting ideas.
Uga chaka.
Okay. Holy shit, we've been doing this for an hour and I've just been going through history lesson.
We enjoy it, apparently, because I've got 9 viewers, so...
Okay, fair enough.
Apparently this is good content. Continue.
Have you got dingoes?
Added 1 dingo.
One dingo, and you
One
want one
rocket
church.
A, dingo 2.
Yeah. Right. Then Churchill 5 times 2, bracket A.
Mm-hmm.
And then bracket A, AVRE with star.
Mm-hmm.
One AVRE with star. Bracket B, sorry, Bedford Supply times 2.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, bracket B, AVRE with star times 2.
Mm-hmm.
And then bracket C, Bedford Supply times 3. Now, you might want to swap out one of those AVRE cards for a Crocodile card if you want added war crimes.
But not at any more.
Not add any more. I mean, you can if you want to take away something from anti-tank, anti-air, artillery, or air.
I switched out my later AVRE with a crocodile
Cool, that's fine.
for the extra war crime.
We'll see what happens, because you might find that you really like the crocodile and want to switch out the other one, or you might hate it and want to switch back. So it's one of the cool things about this game is that you can fuck about with your deck forever, and there's so many different options of like changes and ways you can do things. Right, so on to anti-tank.
Mm-hmm.
So you won twice. A bracket 6-pounder times 2.
Okay.
And then you want B bracket 17-pounder times 2. And then B bracket 17-pounder with 2 stars.
Okay.
And then you want B bracket Wolverine.
Okay.
And then C bracket 17-pounder times 2 with 2 stars.
Got it.
Cool. So you have an elite but small number of anti-tank guns there. They'll do very well at killing vehicles as long as they get to shoot first. On anti-air, this is the one that you can just throw around the most, but I go with A bracket Bofors times 1.
Mm-hmm.
A bracket Tripolston times 2.
Mm-hmm.
And then B bracket Bofors times 3 twice. I just like Bofors. But honestly, the anti-air in this deck is meh. It's okay, not good.
I kind of like the Command Polston.
Go for it. If you
Gonna
want to
switch
switch
out,
stuff out, then go for it.
I'm gonna switch one of the Bofors out for that.
Okay, cool.
Simply.
Right. Artillery, I have this set up for 25-pounder spam, because 25-pounder spam is a legitimate strategy. But you can screw around with this if you like. I have
So funny.
A bracket 2-inch mortar carrier times 2, and then 3 times 25-pounder times 2 on B bracket. So I can call in 6 25-pounders to just go fuck you repetitively. It's a level of spam, but it's fine. Again, if you want to mess about with other stuff, then feel free to swap those out specifically, because that's kind of just how I play this deck. And then on aircraft, now aircraft you have good aircraft, but a small number of them. Actually, quite limited options, because you only get 4 slots. So I take Spitfire Mark 9 times 2 for A bracket, with the fighter, anti-fighter version, so the little crosshair.
That's the right one, right? The first Spitfire that's in my list.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then B bracket Spitfire Mark 9 times 2 bomber with the little star.
Mm-hmm.
So it's got 2 little bombs. And then Typhoon times 2, B bracket.
Mm-hmm.
And then Typhoon AT times 2, C bracket. Really, the Typhoon AT is what you want to use to chase big enemy tanks. It is I win button against them a lot of the time, but it's also kind of vulnerable to enemy fighters. So yeah, it's a solution, but it's not the best solution. Right, and as you can see, you've now got it on the 40 out of 40. So if you click save on the bottom right,
It's saved, I think.
okay, cool. And now we can set up a game. So you can go to multiplayer, and I will create a custom game, and I will call it Salamander's game. And I hope we can set up AI enemies. Yes, we can. Good. Fuck.
Salamander's game, boys the lemurs.
We'll do what? Salamander's game.
UK Salamander's game.
Yes. And I was playing Guards Armor. Well, we could. I don't remember what any of the maps are. Texas Bridge, that's fine. We're both playing British. So on your battle group, make sure you change that to be your Bloodbird one that you just made.
Mhm.
I can't remember what any of the settings do. I'll be honest.
We'll notice, I think.
We'll figure it out. Give me one moment. I'm gonna nip off to the bathroom and then we can start.
I just keep snacking on
Also,
my frustration.
We're both playing World War II British. I'm gonna make a cup of tea quickly and then we can start.
I already have tea here. Cheers.
Excellent. I'm slowly converting you.
No, I've always loved tea. I have a whole drawer.
No.
You can ask Fox if you ever talk with her again. I have a full drawer of tea. I've given her a lot of tea. I've given my mother a lot of tea. I have so much tea. I love tea.
Saint, you're being colonized and there's nothing you can do about it. I'll be back in a minute.
Doesn't take much to colonize a 66.6 long snake. Honestly, give me sushi and you've got me colonized. Nom 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 nom. Happy snake. Yes, all of the accuracy. Oh, you modeled on Tiger H1 in Blender? Nice. I love tea. So good. So nummy. You can drink it hot and cold and sweet and not sweet. My favorites, there's multiple, but one of my favorites is White Pearl of Fuji and the Treasures of the Shaolin. Yummy. Not that big a fan of Earl Grey. There's a lot different black tea. We always joked, my mom and I always joked that the Shaolin tea is the one that kicks you awake, because Shaolin monk. But yeah, that was a very interesting explanation. I can't wait to actually play with this. I'm probably gonna completely mess this up for a while. But that's just first time playing, you know. Plus I'm quite the idiot. But I love learning. And I love hearing you guys ramble and discuss stuff. It makes me happy to see you guys just go on and on and on about the topic you are really invested in. Which is also why I really like playing with Sally and having him explain stuff. I love it. So the one thing that I love about my boyfriend when he goes on and on, we rarely have time to talk, but when he gets into a topic, oh boy does he get into a topic. When he comes to visit me here, we are gonna visit a few military museums and I can't wait for that. Military history. And if once I go to America, we will visit military histories museums there as well. And natural bases, he said. I can't wait for that. It's all so interesting. The only thing I've always really been interested in is medics, but my mom is a extreme pacifist. So I did not actually know that you could just go and join the military for the longest time. Else I would have probably joined when I was a teenager. It would have probably been way better for me.
Right, I am back.
Welcome back.
Right, okay, so you've got random pre-made Axis decks, and apparently that's good. I'm gonna have to do Armored Division things. This is going to be fun. Right, if you click on Manage Player and then Ready, you should be able to ready up.
Yep.
Cool. So it is. I don't know which side we're gonna start on.
Here you can even drive tanks in America. What?
You can drive tanks anywhere as long as it's not got a gun on it.
And as long as you don't come out of the tank. That reminds me of that one story. A guy that actually didn't kill anyone, but that guy was completely being ruined by his village. It was so corrupt that they literally cut off his business. It was not possible for him to sustain his business anymore and sustain his life anymore. And at some point he had enough. So I don't know if it was manually upgraded tank from him, but at some point he just took one and he started driving and doing a lot of property damage. But he didn't kill anyone. Yeah, Killdozer guy, I think.
Killdozer. It was a bulldozer that
Was
he
it built?
armored.
Ah, so not
Right,
not
okay.
not a tank, just a bulldozer. But yeah,
Just a bulldozer.
because he didn't kill anyone with that, I have a lot of respect for that.
Yeah, like it's a fair dude. It's a fair cop governor. Right. Okay. So we are at Pegasus Bridge. We are at the bridge side. Right. So what we need to do is start deploying some units. So if you click on the top left, you see where it says 500. Right. So that's how many points you've got at the moment. And at the start, you're going to get plus whatever it says next to it. I think it's 85 for you. And if you click on one of the units, so you've got your different tabs, and you just click on one of the units, whatever it is, and then you can place it on the map.
Where should I place my stuff? We are on the same team anyway, so
we're on the same team. So can you see where I've put a Willie's MMG down?
Pretty much in the center.
Yeah, exactly. So that's one of the things I've put down. I can click on it and right-click on it to get rid of it, but this is what our starting stuff's going to be. So we're going to be able to call in more stuff throughout, but this is going to be our starting combat patrols. Now, if you look at this map, I can't remember how to ping.
Stupid questions, but do we have to keep streets in mind?
Yes, for vehicles. Vehicles
actually
are slower off-road.
Actually, really cool. Makes sense. Same in Foxhole, but different map type.
Yeah, vehicles are rather fast on-road. Yes. They are very... sorry, they're rather fast off-road on this as well, but depending on the vehicle. Tanks, barely notice a difference. Trucks, you notice a big difference. So, we've got this front line in the middle, which is roughly where the front line's going to start. We want to try and push the enemy back if we can. And we need to think about where the road junctions are, so that we can actually control those. Now, we've got basically two specific locations. We've got one over here, and one over here. Those are kind of the major road junctions. So one of us really wants to go for the big town on the left, and one of us wants to go for the more open ground on the right.
Guess I'm taking the big town since I already put my scouts there.
Or, what might be better is if we mix up a little bit, because I've got decent tank. And again, I've not got that many decent tank. So I could try and claim the center where the open ground is and contest that. But I'm going to be contesting that against an SS Panzer division, which means I'm probably going to have to play smart and lose territory.
One moment. Rako says, I used to watch this show of these UK guys who worked in like a garage and refurbished tanks. And Rako, you have to remember the title of that show and post it in Discord because I want to watch that.
I've seen that. I can't remember what it's called.
Like actually rusted ones from World War II and make them all nice again.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Nice. I want to watch that too.
Right. Okay, so do you want to split in half, or do you want to provide the infantry and I'll supply...
Let's try to mix it up a little, because I have basically only infantry, so it would probably be good if you mix it up a little.
Okay, cool. So, really what you want to do is, you can send infantry into the buildings. That makes them much more survivable. What you're going to want to do is set up some defenses around here. So, a couple of infantry squads, an anti-tank gun, and a recon vehicle. Or a recon team. So
can I drop anything over there?
You can't set up units actually over there. You see where the dark, like the more blue area is? That's where we can deploy. So what you'd want to do is deploy around there. So you've got the road linking you. It's nearer to us, which means that you're probably going to reach it first, which gives you time to set up.
Not good?
What? Huh? That's... Okay, yeah, you're on basically the same road. So if you set up a recon, a couple of infantry, anti-tank gun there,
Can I set up all of it already?
Yeah, like you've got 500 points to mess about with, so you should be able to afford that.
So some infantry as well.
I'm gonna go with... So a couple of rifle squads, something like that. And remember, everything is limited, so if something dies, it's dead, it's gone.
So if I think I may need it during a different phase, I should not use it.
I wouldn't necessarily say that because you might end up going and never using anything, but just be aware that things like anti-tank guns are limited. So don't go wasting 17-pounders when a 6-pounder will do. If you're just like watching a flank that the enemy won't push down or probably won't push down, and it might just be a couple of light vehicles, then just dropping a 6-pounder in that bush will do instead of a 17-pounder.
So don't set a rifle leader down, then. Because rifles might do.
Yeah, exactly. Rifle leader is good for buffing rifles and stuff around him, so...
I'm going to set this one. So no rifle leader yet, but I will send non-star rifles. I don't want to use the Vickers just yet.
In which case, use something else. I'll put a Cromwell over there to support you as well. And don't spend all your points over here because I'm going to need a few of your infantry units on the left as well.
I think I'm going to just give you, you want the rifles plus with a star or the rifle leaders with 2 stars?
I'd recommend you putting just 2 normal rifles on each side because early on you might lose stuff, especially when you don't know where the enemy's going to pop up. Later on, you've got more intelligence, you've got more information about what's going on, so you can make more informed decisions.
I don't see how much of which I have outside of them being on the side of each other.
I think it's literally... I think that's it. I think that's the only way you could tell in this one. So just, if you've got a lot of something, then it's fine. Don't worry too much. I might have overstressed you with how much you have to worry about running out of stuff. Especially with your A-bracket units. Remember, your A-bracket units only have to see you through the first 10 minutes of the game. So if they die, it's not the end of the world.
Anyway, I think I set some down for you. Some rifles.
That is fine. How many points you got left?
I have no idea.
Top left. What's in the top left?
This is pretty much all of it. I only set down
as in the number. So top left number in the little black box. Something plus.
Plus 85.
So what's before the plus? Sorry.
420.
Which means that you have a lot of points to spend. Your rifleman only costs like 20 points.
Yeah, but I don't know how many I have, and I don't want to.
Don't worry about that too much.
I don't know when they are spent. Will they become a black and white picture when I spend them all?
No, they'll just vanish. You have... If you can see layers of them, then you have more.
Should I give you some of my scouts as well, or should I just not use my scouts?
I'd appreciate some scouts on my side. So put one scout over by me. And yeah, I'd say maybe get an anti-tank gun, so a 6-pounder gun for the right flank. Just anywhere on the road near where we put the other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe 2 more units of just riflemen. Because they're really sodding cheap. I'm not sure if you can multi-deploy stuff. And then... How many points you got left?
280.
That's still a lot, because you only start with 500.
Should I place a honey?
Maybe, yeah, put down a honey on your flank as well. I've got lots of tanks on the left. Maybe a couple more infantry squads on the left as well, then.
You want more rifle?
Yeah, just get a couple more rifles on the left flank. Because I've got a fairly large number of tanks on the left. I'm going tank heavy to start with. We're up against the easy AI, so it should be okay. But really, how many points you got left?
160.
160.
I would say I should place probably some support.
What support have you got in Phase A again?
Churchill, AVRE, and Dingo.
Oh, put Churchill AVRE on the left flank. That will help you a lot.
Left flank is yours.
Yeah, left flank. Well, left flank is by my tank. Sorry, put one tank over by your stuff as well. So basically, what you're going to want to do is in the village straight ahead of
I was only
your
able
main-
to place one Churchill because now I only have 50 points left.
That's absolutely fine. To be honest, you might want to just save the 50 points for now. We'll see what happens.
Okay.
Right. So the battle plan is, you see the village in the. In fact, I'm going to run my beacon so I can show you what I'm doing. So you're going to push forward and set up defenses around that village. Okay.
I'll try.
No, that's fine. It's in that territory. You will reach it first. I am going to take the. I'm going to send a recon team out to the middle to just keep an eye on what the enemy are doing.
Tavar, do you think I should rather take the Churchill back and place an AVRE? Getting criticized for placing a Churchill. Can't wait to actually see the game. I'm very afraid for my stream raiders.
Honestly, the Churchill 5 is probably perfectly fine for this because I've got a similar vehicle with a Cromwell 6, which basically does the same kind of destroy buildings thing. So I'm going to try and flank out with my tanks on the left towards the center and cover you from where the open ground is, and then you put your infantry into the town about here and start taking over the buildings. Okay? So this is
I didn't see where you pinged, but
so hang on, over here.
Okay. So you want my infantry on the left side?
Yeah, you
take
your
there.
Stuff into the left. When it reaches the buildings, you're going to disembark and start just basically going building to building. I'm going to bring the armor around the right flank. When we run into the bad guys, I'll bring the armor into support. But we want the enemy to find your infantry before they find the armor, because the armor is strangely much more vulnerable than infantry. That's just how the world works. Right, we're going to launch this, and I'll talk you through how the controls work. So, if you click launch battle, we might get our arse kicked while I'm explaining stuff, but again, I said it's easy. So, if you select a unit, you select units like Dawn of War, but on the bottom right, you have a few extra orders, okay? So, you have a little, sight thing. If you hover over it, it says Hunt. That means that they will move relatively slowly, but if they find an enemy, they will stop and engage it. So, they will look for enemies and try and engage them, okay? Next to that, you have fast move, which is the 2 upwards arrows. That means they'll move to the location you want them to go to via roads specifically, which will make them get there fastest. They'll take the fastest possible route. The other one
I'm
that you
already
want to
confused. You want me to go follow your tanks the route that you're taking? Because you're not taking a street, or are you?
They are taking a kind of street. It's just a bit of a dirt road. But try going for a fast move over to where I've just put the attack beacon there. I'll get rid of the other ones.
Moving out.
There you go.
That is
adorable. That means that they will follow the road ahead. They will get over to the road and they'll take the fastest route. They've got some aircraft. No, it's fine. It's one of those scout planes.
This and this needs to get to that other turn, right?
That crossroads, yes. So I'm gonna fast move up as well, and I'm going to. Right. The other thing is there's one other thing that you need to know, and that's the only other one that you really need to know, is the unloaded position. So anything that's carrying units, so anything like the trucks that are carrying infantry and stuff, you click the unloaded position, which is hotkeyed to Y, and then left click somewhere, and it will unload its infantry unit where you put it. So that's how you get infantry out of vehicles and out of trucks and stuff, okay? If you want them to immediately unload, then you have to press U. That will just unload exactly where they are, wherever you've selected.
Okay, so Y and left click to unload them where I want, or immediately by U?
Yes, exactly. Remember that the trucks fuck off after they deploy stuff. Right, you seem to have some tanks ahead, so you might
Tavar says that you said Churchill AVRE, and I mistook that for Churchill and AVRE, and that's why I placed the Churchill and didn't have enough points for an
my
AVRE.
bad. Sorry.
No, just...
Again, I know it's just an AVRE on the game thing, it's just I'm used to saying Churchill AVRE, because that's technically what it is.
It's alright, I'm the one that doesn't know anything. I'm happy to learn. Can't you already give units orders on the prep screen?
Probably. I don't remember. It's been ages since I played this game.
I never
used to play
played
this game
before
a
and
lot.
Sally didn't play for a long time. But if you want to explain something, Tava, you're welcome to do so.
If we've forgotten stuff, then fucking go ahead, mate, because I can't remember what I'm doing.
Raggo's dog howls at sirens. Siren
Right,
dogs
okay,
is
you need to
noise
get
so
moving
loud
up
that
on that.
dogs
You need to
howl.
get moving up on that village.
I should be.
Sir.
It's that big grey area ahead to my right side, right?
I meant the one on the left, sorry. You need to disembark fast. On the left. Just let everything in you. I'll send stuff over to help, but you've got an armored car shooting at you.
Oh. Where?
Defense waypoint is just hidden.
March formation. Move out.
Where is it?
It just went into hiding. But it was over where I put the defense beacon. You've basically got a load of enemies in that village. Take it slow. Try and take over the hedgerows and start just pushing up. I'll try and move stuff up. Remember, you can at any point call in new units.
Maybe we should have split so I can focus on just one side
Enemies nearby.
for next time.
I mean, if you want, we can restart. We can set it to a single player map, which is smaller, and then we can both be in the same place at the same time. And then we can both focus on one area, because it will be small enough, hopefully. This game is a lot more complicated than Dawn of War.
Copy, sir.
I'm noticing.
Scouts at your orders.
One of my vehicles is falling back by itself.
Probably it's under fire.
My scouts are pinned down. My carrier is just going for the kill.
Oh, why is your carrier all the way over there?
I don't know. And then it exploded.
Your stuff just keeps driving forwards. You might want to stop it.
Yes, sir.
What just keeps driving?
All of your stuff on the right flank.
Someone called for a cab.
It shouldn't go that far. I want.
Press U,
Need
bail
to
out,
do-
position
you-
stuff.
At your service, sir.
Right, we're doing okay on the left flank. I'm kind of dealing with their infantry. Your help.
You're dealing with everything. I'm dying with everything.
Recon team, ready.
Fine.
Let's go, guys.
Oh, left flank in battle.
Anymore.
Yep, that's fine. I've got a tank moving up to support you. Oh, it's taking fire. Give me a moment. I need to shoot that. Oh, I'm being hit by the infantry.
Kind of feeling sorry for my units.
Fine.
Forward and ready. I've got it.
Try and get them into those buildings. That's right.
Oh, we killed them. Did we? No.
Remember, some things. Sometimes it's just you didn't see it anymore, so it's disappeared. Line of sight is a major thing in this game. But we're doing okay. Still contesting everything, but we do need to push up a bit. So I'm going to work on that. We've taken out some SS in the middle, which is good.
They just started singing.
Yes. Look, they're still dudes.
That is so lovely. I love it. I just marked them and they are just like, it's a long way. Ah, that is hilarious.
Right.
Okay, how do I get my
Moving-
units inside the house? I think they are already
You right click
in.
on the house. Yeah, they are. If the house is
Yeah.
glowing, it's got stuff in it.
Yep.
Right, I'm sending a Cromwell over to support you on the left because you've got a couple of enemy armored cars around there. They shouldn't be a threat to Cromwell.
Why are you guys not in houses? Go on, house. House, you're under house arrest now.
Section at your orders, sir.
My men are too cute. I'm putting them under house arrest.
I know.
Ready, sir.
They got
Shit,
picked
they got
down from
flamethrowers.
that. And in the background I have absolute relaxing music. I love it. Why are you still pinned down? I don't see anything. Just run into the house.
It might be the some if they're pinned down, they can't see what's around them.
Yeah, they just started running into the house again. So I have to somehow get my other units into the house. They're standing under a tree.
Ready for battle.
Right, I've managed to get into the village centre.
They do have a heavy British accent.
Yeah, slightly racist.
What?
Germans ahead.
Never, I'm joking.
Germans ahead?
3 o'clock.
Oh yeah, right. I was like, what are we fighting against? Oh yeah. Yeah, they are right. Hey.
Don't worry, it's no Germany.
I don't worry.
Sir, yes, sir.
I wonder if you can change that to having them say sir, yes madam, or something. Although I think even the ladies
nothing
are
like that,
are
Bob.
sirred in the army, aren't they?
I mean, there weren't really women in the military at this point.
That too, yeah.
Stay on your guards, gentlemen.
There's a lot of them in the centre.
Just
So
get me out of here.
you might need to reinforce. You should have a load of points now. You should be able to bring some more units in.
I don't know where I can go.
If you put them anywhere, they'll appear there as ghosts, and then they'll spawn at the edge of the map and drive there, basically.
So do we need more infantry?
You might want more infantry on the right. You're going to need a new anti-tank gun. And you might want some artillery. In fact, I'll take care of the artillery. I'll be able to get it shortly.
We can't take this anymore.
Okay, I placed something down.
Cool. It will appear as a little ghost, and then that ghost will disappear, and then the unit will start coming onto the map. As you can see, the anti-tank guns have just driven off over here.
Anti-tank and some Vickers.
That's absolutely great. So just set them up around that village. Just try and hold on to that village for now. I'm going to try and clear the middle out with tank and artillery work.
There were a lot more women in the military even during the World Wars than we give them credit for, but mostly they weren't the wildly famous one, and then there were some wildly famous one too. So it's not that there were no women in there, and it's not like every woman in military is completely special. Just telling my chat.
It kind of depended on the army. Different armies have different policies.
That too, yeah. Also, there's that one woman that, after her husband's death, just sold everything to buy a tank.
Yeah. Again, in the USSR, that was a much more common thing than on the Western Front.
I mean, if I could buy a tank if I sell everything, I'd probably do that too. With or without husband. Or dead husband at this point.
Right, we do need to start pushing forward though, because we are currently losing. If you look on the right, you see how it's got like a 41% blue and a 59% red. That means the enemy has more territory. We need to control more of the map than they do.
Also, how come that I have full flamer tanks, but my vehicles still screech like nothing? Oil your damn vehicles!
At your orders, Captain.
Where do I set you up? Actually, think I may want to... I can go a bit ahead, can't I?
Yeah, start pushing forward. We need to start pushing in. Just keep an eye on that boy there with any kind of tanks. It's an anti-tank gun. There's a few of them hiding in the bushes. I'm going to start taking them out with artillery.
There's vehicles on the way to me?
Only a truck. And the little stupid French tank that no one cares about.
And ready.
Yeah, I see the little stupid
March
French tank.
formation. Move out.
Oh, on the left. Shit, okay, I'm bringing stuff over. Give me a moment.
Be careful. Enemies nearby.
Oh crap, okay, I'm bringing a lot more stuff over, give me a moment. I thought you meant on the right.
Sorry, I should have said left.
No worries. My command cromwell's got its transmission damage, this is going to take a moment.
I want to try and move them intelligently. But I'm killing them, no!
Just keep in the truck for now. Just keep in the house for now.
Yeah, I wanted
You
to
don't really
move
have any
upper
tank yet.
house. I wanted to move upper house. I
You
tried
don't
to
have
do.
any tank yet. Just chill.
Okay, I need to
Not your
call
job.
more units in.
Yeah. You need to reinforce that left flank.
Sending some units. Oh, there's a few
You've got a
houses.
lot of vehicles over there. They're bringing a few units to the south side, so be careful of your units that are reinforcing.
Locked and loaded, sir.
I'm gonna try and cut them off over there, because I'm not sure where the hell they've gone.
Damn, this machine is so heavy.
Shit, they killed Ricky off. This guy's just driving through our whole fucking lines.
See it.
It's just going for the river. The little shit. Can you send the Churchill to engage it, please? Because it might actually win against the Humber on a car.
Where's my Churchill? There.
He's already there. He's doing it. There he goes. Pull him back. He's dead.
Wait, I'm driving into rain. Ah, should have gone for. There.
Don't worry about the road too much for tanks. Churchills are basically the same speed on and off road. They're very slow on road, very fast off road. Oh, we've got enemy infantry over there as well. We can deal with those later though.
I've already got infantry on the way.
Cool. Could use some more infantry up at the village though. Oh shit, what the hell are you?
Germans ahead.
There are tanks and I'm worried about them. Ooh, I bounced. That's okay.
I think you might have gotten them. There's still infantry there.
Oh, I just lost a unit. Oh. Right,
Isn't it illegal to shoot after they have given up? But I guess the system doesn't do that automatically, does it?
They're falling back, but surrender is a different thing in this game. If units surrender, they just fucking disappear. Falling back units, it's okay to shoot at, but units, if they get low morale and the enemy gets close to them, they will just surrender. Oh, bloody hell.
Moving out.
This bubble is just growing smaller and smaller.
Yeah, they're pushing up. I'm trying to get stuff out to fight them, but I don't really have a lot right now.
I think that unit that was down there is gone.
Good, just roll them back as fast as you can. I'm trying to slow the enemy down on the north.
My vicars are destroyed, what? But I placed them... Oh, they've moved up to that house. Damn it.
One more kill. At your service, sir. Fire at them. Germans ahead.
Okay, I think now they are gone.
Sir.
We're losing this.
Yes, sir.
Hmm?
We're actually losing this.
Let's roll.
To be honest, it was to be expected. I have no idea what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Gun
Sorry.
ready.
No, it's fine. We're killing a lot of stuff. It's just that we don't have enough things all over the place to push back the front lines.
At your orders, sir.
probably place some more units at some point.
Yeah, we do need a lot more units, and especially in the center. I'm moving some things in, but I don't have
Cells
enough.
ready. Fire.
Oh, my stuff is so expensive. Got a load of anti-tank guns on the road, which really does kill me off.
Keep shooting at something, that's good. I think.
He's burning.
He's
Second
burning.
platoon ready, sir.
That was so nonchalant.
Yeah, they really are.
Sir, truly
They're very chilled.
Let's roll.
Sorry, chat, for not being that active for chat again.
I keep doing this. I just steal you away to play games with you and then give you the excuse that you're streaming.
Well, I just have the hope that my chat is still entertained and discussing with each other, and since they're writing a lot, I think that's the case. Which makes me really happy. And I'll
Good.
read it later anyways.
They're probably laughing how we're losing to easy AIs.
That's fine. I'm the saint of failure. I can lose in everything.
I'll figure it out. Once I've got this back under control and I remember what I'm doing, it'll be good.
Sir, yes, sir.
Let's see if we can
There's
get
an
out of this
aircraft going
situation.
over us.
That's fine.
I don't have an anti-aircraft. Maybe I should place one.
Maybe. Those things are really vulnerable. I've got an anti-aircraft I'm just bringing out, to be honest, but he's now in a different place.
Stay on your guard.
Also, we've managed to encircle a bunch of enemies.
Bandit.
I was trying to.
Crap.
Wake up, boys. It's not tea time. At your orders.
My Churchill's so slow.
Yeah, basically we need to spread out more next time.
What do Bedford Supply give me again?
So they'll re-ammo any of your units that are out of ammo. You park them next to them and they'll respawn them. Shall we give up on this one now that you have a better idea of what you're doing? Let's try again.
No.
Oh. But now I have to actually give it a try. Ah,
Yes.
right, okay, fuck it. Motorized rifles. Let's grab a bunch of you, take that village back. Don't understand how the fuck I'm gonna do anything about this middle area with all of these. Oh, hang on. This is how I'm gonna do something about that middle area with all of these enemies.
Medic.
Oh no.
Some of your units surrender.
And ready.
No, but there's only one left and they're being shot at from two sides now.
Yeah.
Check red 1-6. Over.
Move over some tanks to hell. Bit too late to help.
Let's get out of here. One more kill. We can't take this anymore. Ready, sir. This is Red 2. Enemy spotted.
We've got some enemy RT just passed over
Just get me out of
here, which we need to attack. Look out on your guys in his belt. There you go. I'll send tanks to help.
Section at your orders, sir. Yes, sir. Fire within range. At your orders. Moving out. Need a ride. Get out, now. We're ready, sir. Okay.
I'm just high concentration, no understanding anything, trying to
Delighted,
see.
sir. Truly delighted.
I think you're figuring it out.
Section at your orders, sir.
I actually managed to push back on the left. It's just I can't do anything in the center.
Tank ready.
Just literally nothing because those anti-tank guns, and I couldn't focus on it.
Red 6 mounted up. We can't take this anymore.
We'll try my preferred game type next time around. So one player map, and we'll put the points a little bit lower,
Truly delighted.
so it doesn't get flooded with stuff.
Oh, they won completely.
Yeah,
Okay. I was
yeah, we were
just
way.
starting-
By the time I finished explaining stuff to you, we were so far behind there was no chance.
I mean, you had to explain, or else I wouldn't have known anything.
Yeah, I know. Right, let's try a new one. Now we kind of know what we're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Right, 2 versus 2. I'll put public on. It's fine. No one else will join. Computer. We'll put them in easy again, but we won't put very easy. Can we do map size 1 versus 1?
So yeah, I already have you on my friend list, but I was just able, or rather I just got a prompt from the game to add you to my friend list.
Yeah, there's an in-game friends list system as well. It's just confusing.
Oh, okay, if I would have known that, I would have done that. Whoops.
No, it's fine.
We no friends. Nope.
No friends.
No.
You made me lose a game. We no friends.
If that already makes you lose a friendship, then how did we even become friends?
Yes, I accept friend. Be friend.
And yes, we won to easy AI and we lost 2,500 to 0.
Yeah,
But
well,
that's
you
what
need to
happens when
take-
you play with a noob.
We need to take more than half the map to start taking points, so we never did.
I have a period where I just don't know the game bumble about. Until
That's
I
fine.
start making decisions, it takes a while.
Again, it's fine. Because last game you were actually figuring it out, and this game is actually quite hard compared to Dawn of War. Right, okay, oh god.
Were you just praising me for Dawn of War?
Yeah, you're getting good at Dawn of War.
Thank you.
I'm just gonna
Now I'm proud.
screw around until we're not facing 2 fucking Panzer divisions, because I cannot be bothered to deal with that many Panzers. Give me a moment. I will face any infantry division. Oh god, okay, Luftwaffe. Okay, we're gonna face the Air Force on the ground, let's fucking go.
I know that
Right.
no one is born a master at any game. I was just teasing.
Sorry, what?
No, Rako says that Saint no one is born a master at any game. You have 6,000 hours in one game and still got awful. Well, guess what? I've got over 600 hours as medic on Foxhole. Just
And you're
medic.
really good at it, otherwise why would you be a major?
Because I'm a woman.
We need to make her Lieutenant General by the end of the month.
The end of the month is tomorrow.
Don't care.
I'm not
Let's
even
fucking go,
playing
boys.
until Friday.
Let's fucking go, boys! I'm sure I can commend you while you're offline.
I don't think that works. 250
Right.
this time? Not 400?
250.
500?
250, and we're on a smaller map, as you can see. So this time we'll be able to work closer together. But we do need to push up to that middle and start actually driving the enemy back up, which won't score points. So, I am going to start out by putting armor this way into the more open area. Do you want to try and get some infantry over on the left and take over those woods?
I can do that, yeah. I will give you some of my tanks in, and I will...
Don't worry about giving me anything for now. Okay. I'll just try and dominate the open ground, and then once you've taken.
Should I give you scouts though? Because I have
No,
scouts.
I can do. I can do that. I can sort my own recon. I will put together a battle group to dominate the open ground on the right. You take over the woods on the left, and then once we've got the woods on the left, we're going to go together for the village here.
Okay? I don't need a tank because I'm driving off road. Well, you said that the Churchill is just is actually faster.
Churchill is not faster off-road, but it's not a lot slower off-road than it is on-road, and it's quite slow on-road.
Basically, so... it's a slug at both.
Yeah, the thing is, it's faster than some other tanks off-road, but slower than every tank on-road. It's weird like that. It's because other tanks have more of a decrease when they go off-road. Right. So I'm going to take over that area. I'm going to get Reki out. I'm going to get a couple of Cromwells, and we're just going to sit off, and we're going to shell any... Oh, can I get a single Cromwell?
I just have a ton of rifles on the ground now.
Get
like
a bunch of rifles. Make sure you have at least one 6-pounder anti-tank gun with you. And what I recommend you do is you disembark your guys around that hedge line, and then advance into the forest on foot. And then remember to keep reinforcing with stuff, because you can keep bringing mortars to help you with that, you can bring artillery to help you with that, and just clear basically one hedgerow at a time. And I'll try and do the same on the right.
I've spent all of my points.
Okay, cool. So I've got 100 points left, but I intend to call in another Cromwell very early. So let's see what we can do here. So I'm going to move fast up, and I'm going to put that guy there, and I'm going to put that guy over here.
Moving out.
I love that the music is so relaxing. Oh no, Frizzle, you have to go back to work tomorrow. Oh no! You can do it! I have to finally start applying for other jobs. A bit more serious than so far, at least.
I was in a position similar to that recently, and then my work offered me thousands of pounds of education for free, and I'm like, for fuck's sake. Now, I'm not going to walk away for at least a while.
Well, I loved my job.
Stuff.
I loved my job. We had free training and everything, and then everything got cancelled, and yeah, it just got worse and worse and worse. And now today I got scolded, and I'm not feeling it anymore. It was a good job when I started 3 years ago, and it's been the job that I held the longest so far, and I was really happy with this job for a long while. And it was my first job right out of poverty, so I really enjoyed the perks of this job, just being able to actually survive, you know?
Yeah. Watch out, they're creeping up on you there. If you have to get out early, don't worry about it, because I managed to push them quite a long way back on the open ground.
Yeah, I wanted to try to reach the edge first, but I think I'm going to disembark here, rather.
Yeah.
Just set up here.
Just keep going forward, don't let them pin you down.
You say keep going forward?
Yeah, keep going forward, but remember, keep going forward doesn't mean just run at the enemy.
I would like to find some buildings, you know?
Yeah,
some buildings to set up in, but there's not really that many buildings here.
If they're standing in trees, they'll be fine.
Well, right ahead of me there's this long row of trees and a few buildings too. That's my aim.
Yeah. Oh, look out on your left, you have a little vehicle. Unlimber your anti-tank gun.
Which one is that?
The 6-pounder, the Lloyd carrier. It's got a little like icon next to it that looks like a field gun.
Let's go, driver.
There, that one. Just you. There you go.
Operational, sir. Adjusting aim. Fire.
There we go.
Critical ammo explosion, nice. Proud of you.
There is another one coming around your flank there, so be careful.
I can see that. I think I'm not going for the actual building. No, wait, I'm already there.
You're already quite far forward, yeah, so you might want to bring the anti-tank gun forward to, like, the hedgerow there. Okay, good field.
This is where I wanted to go.
Cool.
Because there's trees and stuff in the building.
Nah, no, sorry.
It's comfy here.
Firing position.
It's comfy, okay. Well, we're over halfway across the map, so you can see we're starting to get points now. Which means they're going to have to attack us. I'm going to try and push them back a little bit more on the right, but I've got to watch out and be careful for anti-tank guns.
How did the gamer cheat just get you thinking of a sad song?
What?
Rocco. Man, the gamer cheat just got me thinking of a sad song, lol. I have the feeling sometimes I have a very American accent. For no reason.
A lot of people who learn to speak English and watch a lot of English TV do.
True, and that's watching movies and reading books in English was my main way of learning. Harry Potter was actually the series where the first 2 books I read in German and then I switched to English. It was my first full-on English
shite,
series.
you. Oh.
We're gonna hang out the washing on the
I just saw a French tank that's being used by the Germans, because that was a thing that happened. And we're going to face a lot of enemy aircraft later on, so we're going to want some anti-air at some point. But also these guys only get some shitty French tanks that were left over. And they are literally World War I tanks. Because this is like a Luftwaffe unit after they lost most of their aircraft. But they do have a Panzer division here as well, so be careful on that. With 6-pounder, you very much want to just sit it still somewhere. If you need to get a second one to watch the far
I
left
just
flank,
wanted
go
to
for it.
move closer to that other vehicle so I can shoot
yeah.
it. I was moving with all of my infantry as well.
ready to bring
Yeah,
some tanks
it's
back?
just it has quite a long setup time, so if it can sit still, it should. But we are doing well so far.
Tommy's ready for battle.
Got it.
Nice.
Oh, there's some infantry, so I'm just going to
Ready
plop
to
you in
bring
the
some
bushes.
tanks, sir?
Get comfy there, guys. And these...
I'll lead the attack myself, sir.
Ah, I'm attacking a Führer. Probably not the Führer, because there's 4
No.
of them.
Sir, yes, sir.
No, that would be like an officer unit.
There will also probably
Oh,
not
we-
be
oh,
4
we can
random
hope.
soldiers in a forest.
But we can hope. Kill it anyway, just in case.
Just kill everyone.
If you kill everyone, you do kill Hitler.
I mean, in the end, it's rather questionable who did.
Wiping out the whole human race means you will kill a lot of war criminals and monsters.
Ah, there's a few good guys there.
Yeah, but acceptable casualties.
No, I mean, I meant like Genghis.
What?
He killed a whole lot. He killed
Oh,
so
right,
many
okay,
people that he
right,
made a dent
okay,
in
fair
the
enough.
O2.
Yeah, no, I
Yeah.
fully appreciate that. I was being sarcastic.
Sir, yes, sir.
I wasn't
Well,
actually
you
suggesting
said
mass
you said that
genocide.
you said that if you just kill everyone, you just kill a few bad guys too. So I was like, oh, then we have quite a few good guys, aka all the people that they're quite
Yeah,
atrocious.
no, you are absolutely correct. I was just memeing. I apologise for my verbal shitpost.
Ah, as a German,
right,
you
you've
can't
got a
make any
lot-
jokes. So everyone's just taking it to literal.
Right, you've got a bunch of enemy vehicles in that little forest ahead. You might want another AT gun up. What the hell are you? That's adorable! Come look at this!
Genghis Khan was a slave, I think, or his mother was. But yeah, he did kill a lot. He's like the
Come
real
and look at
murderer.
the- No, quickly, before it disappears, come look at this in the bush! It's so cute!
Where?
Where I pinged the defensive marker, sorry, the middle one, the middle defensive marker.
It's kind of adorable.
It's so cute! I'm gonna blow up. Oh shit, you're being shot at. Oh, maybe I'm being shot at.
No, I'm being shot at.
Yay. Oh, I found some bat.
No!
You okay?
I lost
Oh,
my
you lost-
CMD carrier.
Yeah, you lost the carrier. It's okay.
Mm.
Also, do you reckon?
How
there's
can I
enemies
make
over here?
something attack without move so I don't have to move my 6 PDR again?
So really, you're just gonna wait for the enemy to come into range of it.
Okay, so just not moving that thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Trying to bait stuff into it. Gotcha.
Exactly.
The Germans are talking about genocide again. Yes, Tavar.
Oops.
It's just your usual faux pas, you know?
Could you move your Vickers machine gun forward to that bush there so it can fire on that
We're
tank
ready,
gun?
sir.
Did that bush there?
I put a oh shit, no, I told my guy to move into it. That attack marker bush.
Changing position.
Because there's an anti-tank gun on the far side of it. I don't really want to deal with that myself, but the machine gun will spray it down.
Support, sir.
Right, I am getting quite far up. I might be able to help you out clearing your area when we get into phase B, because we are nearly there.
Let's go, driver. Where do you need us? Roger.
The way he says Roger sounds so posh.
Operational, sir.
Hold C? What does C do? Oh! Oh! Ooh!
Oh, I forgot about that. As I say, it's been a while.
Oh no! Mm.
Down.
Critical ammo explosion.
That wasn't the bad guy, I think.
But I just sent something there.
You might want to pull the Vickers back. You're being shot up by a load of enemy
Yes,
vehicles,
sir.
but you did kill it. Good job. I'm gonna send a 17-pounder into the middle and laugh at people with a 17-pounder.
That's what you
right.
do.
It is what I'm here for.
Stay
Okay,
on your
Shermans.
guards, gentlemen.
I can only get a single Sherman. I'm sending a Sherman to help. It's not a lot
You
of
are
help.
helpful, Tawa, thank you.
Yes, thank you, Teva.
Tommy's ready for battle.
Tommy is ready for battle. Good thing, Tommy. Now go on. What does it mean if my shield on a unit is yellow and when it's green?
Half cover, full cover.
Ah, okay. You should always be careful with money. I've been living in poverty for too long. Ah. Took me like a year to learn that you don't actually pay people in pennies. You actually do it in as big as money as you have.
One more kill.
That was not easy to learn.
I think 20 pieces over the shop all the time. They hate me. I have so much change. I'm just like, yeah, nah, fuck it.
It's not tea time.
The problem is that at the cafeteria at work, before we switched to home office, I always got a coffee like 3 times a day, and I tended to pay him with every penny I had. Until one of my colleagues was like, "Hey, try to give a full euro next time.
Oh,
You're not poor anymore, you know." Sometimes you need a reminder.
that's kind of cute.
Section, at your
It's a good
orders,
colleague. Even when I am out of that job, I hope that I will stay friends with that one.
Waffenliegen Männer.
You've got some kind of tank pushing up on your left. It just went hidden, so I'm sending the Sherman nearby, but I don't know what it is, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to take it.
My Sixer is there.
Yeah.
I think I'm going
again,
to also send another Sixer there.
Yeah, that's fine. I can get a Firefly out. I'll bring that into the middle as reserve. There he is. What is he? Oh, it's a silly little French thing. We're fine. Sherman should easily be able to deal with that.
Silly little French thing.
We haven't seen any of the Panzer Division stuff, honestly. I'm surprised. It might just be because we're on easy mode and stop bringing out the decent tanks. There he goes. Running away. Right. Could you move your rifles forward to the next little forest? So, like, there. I'll try and bring the tank up the center and support it.
Neutralized, sir.
I'd recommend when you're advancing, kind of leapfrogging units, so you don't move everything at once. Move one unit a bit further forward than the others, so the others can cover it. If it gets shot
The
at.
only reason I'm moving these 4 units at once is because it's a rifle leader and rifles.
Cool, that's fine. Wow.
Plus, it's as far as I see
Okay.
it, they're behind.
I'm sorry, everyone who knows their tank stuff in chat. A fucking Sherman with a 6-pound, 57mm gun. No, even a 75mm gun just fucking pounced off a French Samau. What the fuck just happened? Oh.
Brussels, you can do it. It's not forever.
Right, I'm gonna bring Artie up.
Tower 6, excuse me, Sally. See Panzer divisions? Saint is using goddamn Bren carriers for a living. Be happy there are no tanks to run over you.
I've got the tanks. I'm bringing the Guards Armored Division. I've got not Churchills. Fireflies. I'm happy.
Oh man, I miss
Literally
serious
anything.
fireflies. Oh, there's something right there. Okay.
Yeah. All right, your rifle leader.
The trees are
has-
speaking, guy. The trees are speaking.
Your rifle leader has a Piat, so you can engage any enemy tanks at close range. You're fine. Oh fuck. Oh shite.
What do I do? Fire at position thingy or what?
No. Just run up to it, shoot. I just lost a fucking Sherman. There's an 88mm hit sitting in a bush over there. You like the infantry as well, but it's only 3 guys, so you should be fine.
I am in charge here.
I think we got it.
You've also got the guys behind it though.
Fire.
Here you go. He's aiming.
Formed and ready. He's right.
There you go. Read up the field.
We're listening to you.
Ah, I love this. Is it really weird that I love this? I love games
No.
like this. Yeah.
No, games like this is fun.
Yeah, they are.
And honestly, I kind of prefer this kind of game where you have to think a lot more deeply than to Dawn of War. Dawn of War was fun, don't get me wrong, but I do like having to think about my action detail.
It depends on my mood. Like when I'm just in a kill everything and not notice the time
Yeah.
mood, then I want to just Dawn of War and units, fight,
Dawn of
battle,
War and
don't
kill.
think. It's the same reason why I really love Foxhole when the battle is so stressful that I don't have time to think of anything but heal there, heal there, heal there, heal there. It's like a brain spa day, you know?
Yeah.
Second platoon, let's go. Everybody, check your ammo.
Alright.
I think I'm moving that up there.
Yes, sir. Moving now. Over.
I've always been that way actually, that I prefer the more stressful times when my brain can't think.
Let's go,
Yeah.
driver.
Just shuts the brain down, you know?
Yeah, I get it. Everything happening at once and you just rely on it. It's like-
My roommate could never get it years ago, my old roommate. But he was complete opposite at many times.
Well,
Also-
everyone's different.
Yeah. You should probably really try to never move together with someone that is the polar opposite of you. At least in a few areas. Like he was never planning ahead and I was always planning, always making sure everything is ready, always prepared. Hell, I'm carrying like first aid kit at least around with me for no reason.
Let's go, driver.
Oh shit, we got a Panzer IV!
My Churchill suddenly is falling back. Got hit by something.
Yeah, there's an 88mm gun
Ah.
over there, yeah. They've got
I
an
just wanted-
88.
Yeah, I just wanted
It's
to.
fine.
Yeah, damn it.
It's fine, this is how we deal with 88s around here. They came to the wrong neighborhood, motherfucker. The 25 pounder spam has begun.
We're gonna hang
It's
out
fine,
the
we-
washing on the Siegfried line.
What? We're gonna hang out the washing on the Siegfried line. Like, what the hell are you singing? How does it? Sally,
was-
explanation, please.
That was a song, a Second World War marching song from the Allied side. Because the Siegfried line was a defensive line on in the way into Germany. It's treated like a watching line. It's not just Erica that's a good marching song. We had some too.
So if they are ever coming towards us, the trees are speaking. They are probably having difficulties coming through here. If you're looking at my little forest here.
Yeah, I see. I'm just shelling the living shit out of that 88, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm
It can
currently
fuck
bringing
right
some.
off.
Yeah, I'm currently bringing some stuff in as well.
Cool.
I want to have some
I'm
fun.
having to deal with their stuff a little bit hard. Yeah, nah, fuck it. I'm gonna get some more anti-tank guns up and then we can start pushing. We're winning, so we don't have to worry too much. They have to attack us. We could just sit here, fortify.
I'm going to test a plane in a moment.
Yep, go for it. So when you buy a plane, there's a little list in the bottom left that appears. You click on it in the list and then right click and it will come on and do its thing and then fuck off to resupply if it survives. If it dies, it dies.
Hmm.
And then it spends a little time resupplying and then you can call it back in. Oh shit. What are you? Oh, it's a stir.
He's burning.
It's not a stug, it's a stir, which means it can't really penetrate arm. Well, there's two things. The Stug, a Sturmgeschütz, which is a field gun, so a 75mm anti-tank gun on a chassis with no turret. And then the Stur is the same thing, but with a 105 howitzer, which is good against infantry and bad against tanks. I love how, like, the deep voice British on this sound like my friend Brad.
Long way to Tipperary.
Like, really fucking serious.
Rolling. Anti-air guns ready.
How many fucking Fireflies do I... How many Shermans do I have?
Shouldn't my aircraft be somewhere? Or did I miss
So, bottom left, there's a little list comes up.
Ah.
And
Oh,
you select him in the list, and then you write... What did you get? A bomber? Or what?
the Spitfire with the bombing thingy.
Yeah. So,
Because there's a
click
lot
on
of
him.
vehicles there.
Yeah, click on him, and then click on a vehicle.
Ah, I'm hit.
So, right-click on a vehicle, and he will come out, and he'll start a bombing. And then when he's dropped his
Right
bombs...
click, I think I clicked
Right.
left.
Okay, so you click on him again, and then... Just any...
That's alright doing. I think left click is actually the one for me.
Okay, there he is. He's on his way in, and he'll
By the
drop
way, I
his
really
bomb.
do love the map view.
Yeah.
I'm out. Over.
And then you see they've got anti-aircraft going after him, but he should get away, and now he's off out. Oh, the enemy have aircraft, but... Did not expect that shit.
Captain.
Well, I put an anti-aircraft thingy here just for this.
Good.
I hope it
Really
actually can
nice.
do something though.
I'm bringing my Spitty around to
Oh, it's
engage
falling in.
them.
This is a pigeon shoot.
Oh crap, I'm falling back. Well, my anti-aircraft gun is engaging them now,
Jerry's dead.
and they're running away.
Stay low.
Oh, he's damaged. Might not make it home. He's smoking. Oh no, he got away. Le Baguette.
I guess I can call it again when the repairing thingy is done.
Yeah, so
Okay.
it will get like it's grayed out for now. It will like slide across brighter and brighter until you can call it in again.
Okay,
You
well,
got the enemy are pushing your side with a few stuff, assorted stuff, I might add. Mostly just little French tanks. Oh, we win.
Oh, okay. Before my second airplane could do something. Level up.
Yay! It does literally nothing. But you've got some interest. There's actually some cool tabs on this one because you've got an actual like kills tab. You can see each unit's kills. So my command Cromwell took out like 3 tanks, 2 armored cars, and like 2 infantry squads and an anti-tank gun all on his own.
My
can
people
also
are
see
proud
what
of
you're-
me because I thought of an IA. I'm doing it. Insert proud possum meme.
Yeah. Another game?
Sure.
I've got time for one more before I need to go and do work.
I can do one more as well before today is over.
Cool.
It's already been 2 hours. Holy hell! Where did the 2 hours
Yeah.
go?
Well, an hour of it disappeared into me explaining to you the history of every unit in this
Sure.
game.
Worth it. Worth it.
Or at least in your deck. But there's so many different decks in this game, so there's so much different stuff you can get up to. This is just one group. And
They
you
don't
can
even have
see
any of the DLCs, which
Yeah.
adds a lot more stuff.
Well, it doesn't even add that much stuff. It's like 4 more divisions on the Allied side, 4 more on the Axis side.
Really?
But you can see that, like, even with this one division that you're playing at the moment, you have, like, options. There are things that you could... There are different ways you can play it. I'm going to randomize until we get up against the Panzer... Oh, God. Okay, we'll take the Panzer Lehr division. Let's go. We're going to put it on easy anyway. And then I'll put us on a 1v... Do you want to do the 1v1 map again so that we can work a bit closer together?
We
Or
can
do you
do
want
that,
to go
yeah.
back to 2v2?
We can
Yeah,
do the bigger one again with... I don't care because I still don't really understand anything, but I think I should keep my units all in one place so I actually have oversight. Not like we did in the beginning. I think splitting is very intelligent if you have 2 people that kinda know the game.
Yeah. We'll do the 1v1 size map again, because I do just prefer that.
At least for now.
Column bells. Yeah, column bells. Let's do with column bells. Right. I think this is a factory or something. Right, ready up.
Ready.
Right. Let's see how we go this time around.
Yes, little do I know how the cheetahs make you think of a sad song. Not to mention that it's cheetahs.
Cheetahs are Cheetos. Oh boy.
It's
Um,
I
This
changed
is
the
nice.
names a little bit, you know, copyright and stuff. So it's Moontime Drew, Cheetahs, Shameless, instead of Relentless. Did we mess this one up?
No. Why?
Just wondering, 250 points, but the map looks...
Yeah, it does look a bit bigger.
Or
But
maybe
I
it's just
think
the
it's
cut
about
that
the
makes
same
it look
size.
weird. Because
Yeah, I
there's a
think so.
huge area in the center and the rest is just weird.
Empty. Right, do you want to do infantry stuff in the middle? I will take the left and I'll try and put something on the right when I can.
So basically just put everything I have into the buildings in the center.
You go there, I
Mhm.
go there, and then I go there, and then I go there.
Roger.
That's
So
that
I've
probably
got
will
river
work, but
until-
That's my plan. Do you wanna do you wanna drop something on river? Just something cheap to keep an eye on it. Even if it's just a recce or something to start with, and then maybe an AT gun up there eventually.
I think I should. Scouts is probably not gonna be enough for it, is it?
Sorry, what scouts?
But
Yeah,
I
just
can
put
send
scout-
scouts ahead, yeah.
Yeah, just put scouts there for now. Then when you've got time or you've got the resources, put a 6-pounder in a bush nearby. So if anything comes running that way, they can hit it. And maybe a Vickers, like a little bit later. Just when you've got the time, because I don't think we're going to be hit that hard on that side of the river.
I already spent all of my points. Ah,
Oh, that's fine. Just send the rest into the middle. I've got 2 tanks. That's
I've
all of
got
my
a
points.
honey, I've got a rifle leader, 2 rifles. What else do I
Yeah.
have?
And
But
2
yeah, a little
recon.
bit. A little bit.
Yeah, we got a few things.
Should be enough
And
for
yes,
the
you
start.
can give orders at the start. So if you select the units and then you've got like the fast move and the unload here thing, so you can set that up before we start.
I love it when they sing. Ah.
Glad to see somebody knows where we're going.
Okay, I'm ready.
Right, let's go. See, they will immediately start following the orders that you set up. One of my favourite things about this game is that you can play 10 versus 10 players, but what people used to do is go onto a 4 versus 4 map with 10v10 players, and then really reduce the number of points you start with and reduce the income. So you'd have to kind of work together with other players to fill in. So, you know, this would be our army for the whole game each, but there'd be 10 people with this sized army, and you'd have to move around and support each other. So, you know, you'd partner up with someone who had tanks if you had infantry.
Actually sounds interesting.
it is very interesting, but
Generally,
it
I
kind
love team play, but you have to really have a good team for that. Even in
yeah.
Foxhole, you have all the good renders, and they are really invested in team play. But sometimes you just need that special extra level of team play.
Yeah. Right. Oh, you're being shot at.
Sir,
You've got something over here.
I've seen.
Okay, well, I've driven into a field. Oh, shite!
see, somebody knows
I am
where
taking
we're going.
fire, and I'm not sure what from.
I am in charge here.
Oh, it's a. We're fine. We should be fine.
This is a story you'll tell your grandchildren.
This is a story you tell your grandchildren. I don't know about that, but okay.
Yes, sir.
If we survive, probably.
Yes, sir.
No, my honey.
Target on sight. Fire.
It's fine for now, but you might get beaten up. Oh, you're being hit on the right flank as well. You might want to just bail out and hide somewhere.
Yeah.
Get us out of here, driver.
Okay, I need to wait for another minute before I can send help over there.
Honey, back with you. It's already fallen back.
Moving out.
Ugh. Big flying thing. Ugh. Not in game.
What, in your room?
Yeah. Sorry. Sorry. Just suddenly, yeah, I should have probably closed the window. Ah, gosh. No, it's in the room. It's gonna bite me.
At your orders. Everybody out. Sir.
I love how I can get your voice over lines louder than mine. Never mind, don't worry about it.
Sorry, I didn't listen because sending units around, they were talking.
No worries. All good. I'm just beating stuff up on my flank. I can send help on the side of the river now.
Oops. Those are some really Chad units that I have. Oh no.
Germans
You okay?
Yeah. My Chad units got scared, so they are now pinned down.
Move out.
I'm gonna try and flank in and try and find a bit of bullshit. So.
Can I repair my honey?
You can if you get one of those Bedford trucks next to it. It will start repairing.
The supply trucks.
Yeah. But honestly, probably not worth it for
Support.
honey. It costs about as much as buying a new one.
I can't call one yet.
No. Again, for Phase A units, it's a bit of a waste.
I am in charge here. I'll be there soon.
Let's see.
Everybody, check your ammo. Recon team, ready. Let's go, gentlemen.
I'm being bothered by World War One French tanks again.
You okay?
Oh yeah, absolutely. World War One French tanks. They're not only French, they're also outdated.
This is Red 2, enemy spotted.
I mean, they are French.
But I'm going to try and hunt up your flanks and take out whatever I find. I don't know where... We're literally up against one of the toughest German SS Panzer divisions, and I can't find it, which worries me, quite frankly. All I find is silly little French tanks, and I'm murdering them, and now there's a bunch of half-tracks, but that's just a bunch of half-tracks, which I'm also going to murder brutally. Unless they've got anti-tank guns, in which case I might be murdered by them brutally.
Wonder if I should start fight. No, I'm gonna wait a little.
Let your points build up. We've got territory for now.
We can give
I could use some help on the right flank of the river, though, if you can send units at some point.
Actually, I just called some units that I can send.
An anti-tank gun in the bush by one of my Cromwellers would be really helpful, actually. So there's a whole bunch of units over there. Can I get a dingo up here? I can. Ooh, I'm being shot at a lot more than I thought I would be.
Just gotta write last into Stream Raiders while I'm walking in somewhere.
You are heading towards enemies, so do be aware of them.
I have an eye on it.
Cool, cool. Who the hell are you, and why are you scary? What is this? Oh, no, it's just... Okay, fine.
Okay, wrote it in.
I am in charge here. He's burning. This war will be over by Christmas.
This all will be over by Christmas. This would have
As they
been
say about
nice.
Every war ever.
For a cab.
It's kind of a hope maker, isn't it?
No one wants to be fighting a war. Only if they
Not
can help
only
it.
that, it also has this promising feeling when you think you're
Yeah.
gonna be home by Christmas, a big time of peace and love, you know.
Yeah.
Everybody out. Second platoon, ready, sir.
Oh, bollocks. Please don't be Panzer Grenadiers. They are Panzer Grenadiers. I'm so fucked. Way.
Wake up, boys. It's not tea time.
Coming towards you.
It's fine. We suppressed them.
I'm sending my Vickers to the brushes ahead. And I
Yep,
think
go.
my Sixers as well. Brushes ahead should be fine.
Cool. I've got a recon vehicle moving, but we should be able to spot enemy infantry that's hiding now.
Take cover, Lieutenant.
Come on, carry on the attackers.
They're retreating.
Here.
Here.
Okay.
Need a ride. Everybody out. This is a story you will tell your grandchildren. And your orders.
Hi there, Chidogop. How are you doing? I hope you're enjoying this type of game. I quite enjoy it. I don't think Sally, did one of my guys in the game say it's naughty time?
No. I'm 90% sure they didn't.
I'm 100% sure they said it's not tea time.
Oh, it's
But-
not tea time, yes.
But that's what Frizzle here, so that's Frizzle.
Well, Frostles needs to be bonked, quite frankly.
Yes. Always.
The bonker must become the bonky.
Tommy's ready for
The
battle.
problem is, Frazzle's the master of bonks is sadly immune to bonks.
We're gonna
Oh, bollocks.
hang out the washing on the Siegfried line.
I love it when they sing. It's so stupid.
Red one, ready for action. Enemy engaged.
I didn't bring anti-air. Damn it.
Neither did I. What they got?
I'm out. Over.
Oh, it's fine.
I got something.
Okay. It's fine. We don't need anti-air at this point. We have just gone into phase B, actually, so...
I still send a typhoon in to harass them a little.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm going to
Oh,
move forward.
Brussels jailed themselves.
Brussels, what?
Jailed themselves, you know,
Oh, okay.
has been
Sent
sent to horny
himself to
jail.
horny jail. Yes.
I love that I love that we set up that command, or Russell set up the command. That we have that command. I think I'm gonna fly over again. Oh, wait,
they have got
actually-
some anti-aircraft guns I can see, so be careful about that. I'm just advancing to try and engage them.
Yeah, I'm gonna be careful. I just wanna...
I'm always careful.
I'm always careful, Splat.
Tends to be how it ends.
I mean, how often has it happened that I was like, you're doing a good job, Splat?
Yeah. Explosive bandages.
Did you know that nitroglycerin is actually good for your heart?
Not if you explode it, it's not.
But the fun thing is, they figured that out when the people working at nitroglycerin factory were actually getting better, the ones that had heart problems. And they would get worse during the weekends or vacation. Which is quite hilarious.
Tanks out.
Sir, yes, sir. Damn, this machine is so heavy. I'm out. Over. I got a hit.
They got aircraft coming in. Now we might need some anti-aircraft at some point. Which you have! Excellent!
Someone called for a cab.
Chuck some down, we've got time.
Moving on to the new firing position. Fire. Smash them.
I mean, that voice is so difficult to listen to, quite frankly.
Checking ammo, sir.
What voice?
That one, the checking ammo sir voice. I hate it.
Why?
Just sounds like a douche.
Do you have a target, sir?
That one! He sounds like such a dick.
Probably called
He's a kind
Sergeant
of-
Richard.
Ready to pound them, sir.
Pinky.
Why?
Don't worry about it. It would take too long to explain.
I mean, it's artillery! That's what they do.
At your orders, Captain.
Right, where do you want to go from here? Because we can probably attack.
I'm starting my attack right now already.
Okay, I'll support.
Consider it done, sir.
Keep sending out airplanes and stuff, just annoying them.
Look at some aircraft now.
What are the orders? Red 1 attacking. The enemy is cut to pieces. New orders, Skipper?
Oh, so that was happens when something got destroyed while I had just sent my carrier for it. Not carrier, my airplane for it. And then just started circling.
I'm out. Over.
Ah, okay.
Oh, they've got anti-air right in the area.
They've got a fight coming in as well.
Waiting for coordinates. Enemy engaged.
Can you move towards your infantry on this side to those buildings?
Which
Right
side?
hand side. Hang on, sorry, it wasn't doing its thing. There we go.
There, towards the buildings, Roger.
Yeah,
Just the infantry?
Yeah, just the riflemen to scout out and see if they get shot at by anything. I can move the tanks up to support if they do.
There's something driving towards a town on... yeah. Never mind, it's getting shot at.
Hostile up here.
Yeah, I've got some tanks around. Should be able to protect everything.
Stay crude. Huh?
I'm being pushed quite hard on them.
I'm listening. I'm attacking control. At your orders. Moving now. Over.
There's something there.
Yeah, I'm sending forward a tank to deal with it. So its weapons jammed, so.
Probably having Trump's
I
time.
wonder what happens if you get right near it. You might have to hit surrender. Oh no, it's running away. Well, that's not allowed. Oh, look out in the infantry.
Ready, sir. Der Ofen ist aus.
What?
Oh, the
That's
enemy in...
that's not proper to say in a game for German.
What?
No, one of the Germans was just like, the oven is off.
Oh, well that's what they they surrendered. They got caught right in front of your guys under tank fire, got pinned
That's
down,
what
and
they
immediately surrendered.
say. The Germans in World War II. That's what they say. Oh my god.
What? Oh no! I knew that was a thing.
How did that even get into the? How is that not? Everything that is somehow connected to Nazis is completely censored in Germany.
Drive.
How did that go through? How is that not censored?
If anyone checked, I didn't know that was a thing. I don't know. I'm scared and confused.
I just find it hilarious.
Fair
Let's
enough.
move out.
I mean, stuff is censored way too much anyways in Germany, I think. Which sometimes is good, but in other points, when you have to completely change a whole game, just so
Yeah.
that your history isn't mentioned, then it's kind of not that intelligent, I think.
There's
It's
such-
important to be stopped at the history with your nose every once in a while.
At your service, sir.
But still, that was unexpected, you know.
I didn't even know that was a thing. I don't speak German. I'll be honest, I think a lot of people probably don't realise that was what he said.
Probably.
Also, I didn't make the connection for a solid couple of seconds there either.
Yeah, in Germany we usually have World War II and Hitler basically all over history classes. Like we start with dinosaurs for half a year, and then Neanderthals as well in that half year, and then we have Hitler, and then we are already in the modern. So I basically have no idea about anything else, but that's one topic I know.
Hey kids, this is what a Neanderthal is. Hey kids, here's an example of a Neanderthal.
Basically. I called my mom's ex-boyfriend Neanderthal because I really didn't like him, and my teacher kept saying that's you can't do that. And then they tried to stuff me into therapy, and I was like, no, help,
Just get me out of here.
Bite.
bite. No, my mom tried, and then she scolded me for lying to my therapist because basically the therapist told her that she was a problem.
It's a good meme.
We're rolling.
I'm trying to get all the way to their end of the board, but I've kind of run out of stuff.
Gun checked and ready.
If you can set up the AT gun on my right, then we should be able to push all the way forward.
Roger. Changing position. Out.
Set up what? The sixer?
Yeah, 6-pounder on the right. Just like, yeah, all over
This
here.
gun
somewhere.
ain't easy to move.
Oh, there. Okay.
Yeah, so that he's basically just covering that.
Colleagues ready for battle.
Oh, good.
Red 1, ready for action. Roger. New order, Skipper? My engine is on fire.
Okay, that got hit.
Fucking calm!
My engine is offline.
My engine is
Okay.
on fire!
God bless you.
Never mind then.
Good job, Gunner.
I hope I annoyed them a little bit.
I think I've been hit. We can't take it anymore.
I didn't have enough air for that to help.
He's burning. We can't take it anymore.
If you don't advance carefully in this game, your stuff just does die. You pin down and surrender.
Stay on your guards, gentlemen. Just get me out of here. Damn, it's all here.
Waiting for fire coordinates. Fire. Smash them. Checking out.
Oh, we went.
Oh, okay. So, am I getting better?
Oh, well, definitely. Next time we can go for medium enemies.
No, thank you. I need a
Yes.
little bit more. Never mind then.
You win
Okay.
those easily.
Well, that
Okay,
was
maybe
mostly
next time
because.
we'll try. Next time we'll try the larger maps then. Okay.
When will we do
Oh, I
next
won't be
time?
able to
Probably have to think about.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, doesn't have to be on stream. We just keep grabbing each other for strategy games from time to time. Also, my Cromwells absolutely went to town, but again, most of what I faced was stupid French tanks, and they were part of the Panzer Division. What?
You got
No, they
more
weren't.
than double the kills that I did.
Oh wait, hang on. Where's that? Oh, team. Oh. Yeah, I just kind of farmed things in the open. I did also get way more losses than you, though. You know what it was? On easy, that Panzer Division AI was just spamming infantry instead of tanks. So, didn't really have to face them. All I had
But
to
yeah.
face was Luftwaffe tanks.
That was a lot of fun though. Now I have to find someone to raid. Too bad that you aren't streaming. Although you are going offline, so I couldn't raid you anyways.
Mwahahaha.
Who am I going to raid there?
I'm gonna find some food and I'm gonna keep working till about 4 AM. Have fun! See you later, chat!
See ya!
Boy.
But that was a lot of fun. You love the accents. Me too, and I was like, Scottish. Are they gonna have a Scottish accent? I love Scottish accents for some reason. Oh well, I do like the accent that they do have. It's like a huge problem with the history lessons in Germany, especially since I put the effort into study history. Yeah. It's really annoying how much we not learn. How much I learned after or outside of school by just being on the internet. But not in history classes. I really missed out on a lot because I would have been interested in that. As I said, I never knew that military would have been an option for me. I never knew that because everything I learned was just about World War II. And actually only about the bad parts. Which in a way is good, but not I was in school for 11 years. As I said, I had half a year of dinosaurs and Neanderthals. Okay, I need to find someone to raid now because I also have to go to bed. Who are we going to raid? Thank you very much for joining my clutch of hatchlings. I hope that means that you are enjoying all of the failures, G-Dog Pop. G-Dog Up. Very nice to have you here. Like, we need to talk about the Third Reich, not have kids sit in their class and tell them that Germany banned for like 10 years. And then they're all annoyed when I say that I don't have a shred of nationality on me. They're like, but you have to have pride in where you come from. What pride? What's pride? What's nationality? It does not exist. Which is also why I wouldn't mind moving out of the country. I want to go where the laws are right. I'm really thinking about moving to Finland. Simply because the education is pretty interesting there for children. Guess it's up for the future at some point. Anyways, I need to find someone to raid so I can go to bed. Don't really have that many people here that I know. Especially not playing a game that I can raid into. Well, there's someone playing Fallout 76, which I quite like. I think that person is a way bigger streamer though, but I'm just going to drop you guys in there and I hope you're gonna enjoy it. I did want to play Fallout 76 for the longest time, but I never actually did. I do own the game there. I think we need to take that chat into Discord now. There's a lot of history that we should have talked through. Like, there's a lot of good people, a lot of bad people, a lot of good things happened, a lot of bad things happened. Obviously, there is no debating what the bad side was. But there's so much history just completely forgotten. Or ignored, at least. Plus, there's a lot more than just World War II, you know? Like, we have history. Thousands of years of history before World War II. And by now, it's almost 100 of years of history after it started. There's just so much. Yeah, nowadays, but many of the games that I want to play are older. So Wolfenstein, for example, is really hard to get the ones... I don't know if I can actually get the ones that are original or just the robot version that Germany introduced. But yeah. I'm definitely going to play some more RTS games with Sally. It is a lot of fun, I really love them. You guys, I have a channel for random military stories. I don't know the name, I guess, a channel anymore. But if you ever want to nerd out or just drop a fun bit of history of military, or in any way connected to military, or in general history bits, drop it in Discord so everyone can read it in the random stories channels. There's probably multiple, I am very chaotic, and I would love to read them. I myself don't know much, especially not as much as I would love to, but I always love to see you guys go on about what you are invested in. See you guys just nerd out about certain topics. I love that so much. It makes me really happy that I have kind of made one of the many platforms that you can enjoy doing that with my Discord channel and with my stream. So go on, put your stories there. You can also, like Jaeger did for a while, write stories from the front line or history stories that you think would portray a time or a situation well, fictive ones. You can put real stories there, everything. I would love to read all of that. I would love to have that there. But only if you actually do want that and there's no pressure. Never any pressure. I really, really love you guys. You know that, right? My worst days always get turned into really prideful, colorful, and glowing ones because I have you guys. So even my crappy day like today is actually not that bad because it's okay. I've got you. I can't tell you guys just how much that means to me. Thank you. Okay, before I start crying, which I secretly already have, let's rate you guys off to someone playing Fallout 76. I have not watched them for a long time, I think. At least I have completely forgotten about them. Got in. There you go. Thank you very much for being with me here today. I hope you enjoyed the RTS games with me and Sally. There's more to come definitely because I really love playing that and I love playing with Sally and also with all the others that love RTS like Baka. Always welcome, always happy. And I'm sorry that I again skipped another stream. Doom 3 would still be on the list. It is installed. At some point I will not be able to escape it anymore and then we are definitely gonna play Doom 3. I want to continue with the Doom series and get to Eternal. I really want to play it. And every stream I skip I will continuously try to actually make up for it at some point. Find something. Because I really, really want to give you guys content so you can enjoy it. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your week. It's still a start in the week, but lots of good times. With lots of love, kindness, and respect, because keep in mind, you are worth it. You are worth it. Thank you very much for supporting me, for being there for me. I really appreciate you guys, and I love you all. And I want to hug all of you. You're really great people. Stay awesome, guys, and see you tomorrow for Final Fantasy. Bye.